Reality isn't what you see, it's what you project. Every setback, every rejection, every so-called coincidence isn't chance, it's a reflection. Most people think life is happening to them, but here's the real secret. Life is responding to them. Their beliefs, emotions, and unconscious patterns shape every experience, struggling with the same problems, feeling stuck in a loop. It's not destiny, it's their own energy echoing back. The worst part? They don't even realize they hold the remote. But what if they could rewrite the script? What if they stopped reacting and started creating? A divine being doesn't wait for change. He becomes the change. Reality shifts in response to his awareness, not by accident. The School for Gods isn't about luck, it's about mastery. And the first lesson? Understanding that reality isn't solid, it's fluid, and they are the architects. But the real question is, are they willing to take control? 1. Reality as a mirror. The world reflects your inner state. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens through you. Everything outside is a projection of what's going on inside. A man drowning in self-doubt will see rejection everywhere, while a man rooted in confidence will walk into the same room and command respect. It's never about the world, it's about the lens through which you see it. If chaos follows you, it's not bad luck, it's a reflection of the storm within. Shift your internal state, and the world will shift with you. Look at your finances, relationships, and daily experiences. They are mirrors. A man struggling with money often carries hidden beliefs of unworthiness. A relationship full of conflict mirrors unresolved wounds. The universe doesn't punish, it reflects. Change what you believe about yourself, and the reflection changes. Want wealth? Start seeing yourself as worthy of abundance. Want respect? Carry yourself as a divine being who deserves it. The external follows the internal always. Even your body plays this game. Stress, illness, chronic fatigue, these aren't random. They're signals, messages from your higher consciousness trying to wake you up. A man ignoring his inner turmoil will see it manifest as physical pain. Ever noticed how peaceful people rarely get sick? Their energy flows freely. When you clean the mind, the body follows. Instead of fighting symptoms, ask, what part of me created this? The answer might just change your life. Here's the kicker. You don't have to fix the external world. That's like yelling at a mirror because you don't like your reflection. The work is inside. The deeper your spiritual awakening, the clearer the mirror. The more you elevate your vibration, the more the world bends in your favor. The only real question is, are you ready to take full responsibility for what you see? 2. Escaping. Victimhood. Taking full responsibility for your life. No one is coming to save you. No government, no guru, no lucky break. The moment a man truly understands this, his life changes forever. Victimhood is a comfortable prison. It gives you excuses, people to blame, reasons to stay stuck. But here's the truth. Everything in your life is your creation. Not consciously maybe, but at a deeper level, your energy, thoughts, and beliefs have shaped your reality. Until you own that, nothing changes. Think about the guy who constantly complains about his job but never improves his skills or looks for a better opportunity. Or the man who blames his failed relationships on crazy women but never examines his own patterns. Victims focus on what's happening to them. Masters ask, what am I doing to create this? The difference? One stays stuck, the other evolves. If your life isn't how you want it, stop pointing fingers and start making changes. Responsibility isn't about guilt or shame. It's about power. A man who takes full responsibility realizes he's the cause, not the effect. If his finances are a mess, he learns about wealth creation. If his body is weak, he trains it. If his mind is chaotic, he practices stillness. No more waiting, no more wishing, just action. When you stop seeing yourself as a victim and start acting like a divine being, life bends in your favor. The universe responds to certainty. Here's the paradox. The moment you accept that you created your problems, you also realize you can create their solutions. That's where true freedom begins. Victimhood is a heavy chain, but it's one you hold the key to. The real question is, are you willing to let go of the excuses and step into your higher consciousness? Because once you do, the way you see reality and your power in it will never be the same. 3. The hidden power of energy and vibration. Everything is energy, your thoughts, emotions, and even the people around you. The world doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your vibration. Ever walked into a room and instantly felt tension without anyone saying a word? That's energy. Ever noticed how some men effortlessly attract wealth, opportunities, and respect while others struggle? It's not luck, it's frequency. Your life is a direct reflection of the energy you carry. Change that, and everything shifts. Think about the guy who's always complaining. Nothing ever seems to go right for him. Why? Because his energy broadcasts lack, frustration, and victimhood, so life mirrors it back. Now, picture a man who walks with certainty, gratitude, and purpose. He attracts powerful connections, solutions, and opportunities without forcing anything. It's not magic, it's physics. Your higher consciousness is like a tuning fork. Whatever you vibrate at, you pull into your experience. So how do you raise your frequency? Simple. Master your emotions, your environment, and your inner dialogue. Start your day with silence, gratitude, and movement. Your morning routine sets the tone for your vibration. Cut out low-energy distractions, news, toxic conversations, negative self-talk. Surround yourself with people who elevate you. Most importantly, live as if you already have what you want. A divine being doesn't beg the universe. He aligns with what he desires. Most people try to change their lives through action alone, but action without aligned energy is like rowing against the current. The key is to shift your internal state first, then watch as the external world bends to match it. The question is, are you ready to take control of your vibration? Or will you keep reacting to whatever frequency life throws your way? Because once you master this, the mind becomes your most powerful tool. 4. Mastering the mind. Thoughts as the architects of reality. Your mind is either your greatest ally or your worst enemy. There's no in-between. Most men let their thoughts run wild, never realizing that every belief, every mental pattern is shaping their reality. Think of your mind like a construction site. If you keep feeding it fear, doubt, and limitation, don't be surprised when your life looks like a wreck. But if you take control, plant powerful thoughts, and stay consistent, you'll build a reality worth living. Look at a man who constantly worries about failure. His mind is filled with images of loss, rejection, and disappointment. What happens? Life delivers exactly that. Meanwhile, the man who trains his mind to expect success, solutions, and growth experiences a different world. This isn't wishful thinking, it's the mechanics of human consciousness. The mind is a filter. It decides what you notice, attract, and create. Guard it like a king guards his throne. So how do you master it? First, become aware of your mental loops. Catch yourself when you spiral into negativity. Second, reprogram your thoughts. Affirmations, visualization, and deep self-inquiry are non-negotiable. Third, feed your mind powerful material. Read books that elevate your thinking, like Think and Grow Rich or The Power of Now. Your input shapes your output. A divine being doesn't entertain weak thoughts. He directs them with precision. Most people live as slaves to their thoughts, never realizing they can take control. But the moment you stop identifying with every little fear or doubt, everything changes. The mind becomes a tool, not a master. And once you master this, a new level of freedom opens up, the kind where emotions no longer control you, but serve you. 5. Emotional mastery. The path to inner freedom. Most men think they're logical, But the truth is, emotions drive everything. Every decision, every reaction, every success or failure, it all traces back to emotions. A man ruled by his emotions is like a leaf in the wind, constantly tossed around by external forces. But a man who masters his emotions, he moves through life with unshakable stability. He doesn't suppress what he feels. He understands it, processes it, and chooses his response. That's real power. Think about anger. Most see it as something to be avoided, but anger, when mastered, is fuel. It can push a man to level up, set boundaries, and demand more from life. But when uncontrolled, it burns everything down. The same goes for fear. It can either paralyze you or sharpen your focus. Emotional mastery isn't about feeling nothing. It's about making emotions work for you, not against you. A divine being channels emotions into action, never allowing them to dictate his state. So how does one develop this mastery? First, awareness. Catch emotions before they control you. Second, regulation. Use breathing, movement, or silence to shift your state. Third, transmutation. Convert low-energy emotions into productive force. For example, frustration can become motivation. Anxiety can become preparation. The key is never letting emotions dictate your actions unconsciously. Higher consciousness means choosing how to feel instead of being a slave to reactions. Most men react, few respond. The difference? Mastery. When emotions no longer control you, life opens up. Arguments dissolve, stress fades, and decisions become clear. You stop being led by impulses and start leading yourself. And once you reach this level, challenges no longer break you. They become the very fuel that drives you forward. 6. Challenges as catalysts. Growing through resistance. Most people see challenges as obstacles, but the truth is, they're the very thing shaping you. Growth doesn't happen in comfort, it happens in resistance. Look at a man who avoids difficulty. He stays stagnant, repeating the same problems year after year. Now look at a man who embraces challenges. He becomes sharper, stronger, and wiser with each battle. The difference? One sees resistance as a curse, the other as a gift. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Think of weight training. If you never push heavier weights, your muscles won't grow. The same applies to life. That financial setback, that heartbreak, that failure, it's all resistance training for your soul. A divine being doesn't complain when life gets hard. He leans in, knowing that pressure creates diamonds. Every challenge carries a lesson, but only those who seek to learn will find it. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" So, how do you start using challenges as fuel? First, shift your perspective. See setbacks as setups for growth. Second, develop resilience. Train yourself to face discomfort head-on, whether it's waking up earlier, taking cold showers, or pushing through rejection. Third, track your progress. Look back at past struggles and notice how they strengthened you. Higher consciousness isn't about avoiding difficulties. It's about using them to evolve. Most men let challenges break them. Few let them build them. The difference is in the mindset. If you run from resistance, life will keep repeating the lesson until you learn it. But if you embrace it, you become unstoppable. And once you understand this, fear loses its grip, because you realize that most of it was just an illusion to begin with. 7. Detaching from the illusions of fear and validation. Fear and validation control most men like puppets. They fear failure, judgment, uncertainty, so they play small. They crave validation, so they shape their lives around what others think. But here's the truth. Both are illusions. Fear isn't real. It's just the mind projecting worst-case scenarios that rarely happen. And validation, it's a bottomless pit. No amount of approval will ever make you feel whole. A divine being doesn't chase acceptance. He stands in his own power. Look at social media. Most people post not to express, but to impress. They seek likes, comments, recognition. But why? Because they believe their worth depends on external approval. The same applies to career choices, relationships, even opinions. A man who needs validation will always be controlled. The moment you detach from this illusion, you gain true freedom. You stop living for applause and start living for truth. That's when real spiritual awakening begins. So how do you break free? First, face your fears directly. Write them down, question them, expose them. Most fears shrink under the light of awareness. Second, practice doing things without seeking recognition. Work in silence, make decisions without explaining yourself. Say no without guilt. Third, validate yourself. The only approval that matters is your own. When you see yourself as enough, the need for external validation dissolves. That's higher consciousness in action. Fear and validation are chains that keep men trapped. But once you detach, you move differently. You speak freely, act boldly, and make choices based on truth, not approval. And when fear no longer runs your life, something powerful happens. You become fully present, no longer stuck in the past or worrying about the future, but fully awake in the now. 8. The power of presence. Unlocking true awareness. Most men live everywhere except the present moment. Their minds are stuck in past regrets or racing toward future worries, completely missing now. But here's the secret. Power only exists in the present. The past is unchangeable. The future is unpredictable. But right here, this moment, is where reality is created. A divine being doesn't dwell on what was or obsess over what might be. He moves with awareness, fully engaged in the now. Think about it. How many moments have you missed because you were lost in thought? Conversations where you weren't really listening, meals you ate without tasting, even victories you couldn't enjoy because your mind was already on to the next goal? Presence isn't just about mindfulness. It's about reclaiming your life. When you're present, everything deepens. Relationships become richer, decisions become clearer, and life itself feels more alive. So how do you tap into this power? First, practice silence. Spend time daily without distractions, just observing. Second, engage your senses. Feel the texture of your clothes. Notice the sounds around you. Truly taste your food. Third, use your breath as an anchor. Whenever your mind drifts, bring it back to the inhale and exhale. Awareness isn't something you achieve, it's something you allow. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Most men chase the future, hoping happiness is there. But real fulfillment is found here, in this moment. When you master presence, stress fades, fear dissolves, and life flows effortlessly. And once you experience this, you start to see reality differently. Not as something happening to you, but as something you are creating. Because in the end, life itself is nothing more than a dream. 9. The ultimate awakening. Life is a dream, and you are the dreamer. What if everything you've called reality is just a dream? Not in a poetic sense, but literally. The world, your struggles, even your identity, it's all part of a vast illusion shaped by your consciousness. Just like in a nighttime dream, you assume the role, believe the story, and react to events without questioning them. But the moment you wake up, everything shifts. A divine being realizes he's not the character, he's the one dreaming it all. Think about déjà vu, synchronicities, or moments where life feels strangely orchestrated. That's not coincidence. That's your higher consciousness giving you glimpses beyond the illusion. Just like a lucid dreamer can alter his dream, you have the power to shape this reality. Those who remain asleep think life is random. Those who awaken see the truth. Their beliefs, emotions, and focus create the world they experience. The dream bends to the dreamer. So how do you wake up? First, question everything. Your fears, your limitations, even your identity. Who were you before the world told you who to be? Second, practice detachment. Treat life like a dream, where nothing truly owns you. Money, titles, opinions, they're just part of the experience, not your essence. Third, experiment. Test reality. Set impossible goals, shift your beliefs, and watch how life responds. The more you play with the dream, the more control you gain. Most men live as if they're trapped in a movie they didn't choose. But those who awaken realize they're the director, the writer, and the actor, all at once. And once you see life this way, fear disappears. Because in a dream, nothing is ever truly at stake. The only real question is, will you keep sleepwalking, or will you wake up and take control? If you want to elevate your vibrations and manifest with more ease, I have prepared something special for you. Click the link in the first pinned comment and join us in the journey of awakening your inner mage.